Hello, this is Brian. I'm in San Clemente Canyon in San Diego, California. I'm just off of Regents Road and I'm hiking the wide double track at the bottom, and there's a lot of white sage over here. And this right here is a hybrid between white and black sage. The Salvia mellifera cross Salvia apiana. They both hybridize with each other readily, where they're both found in close proximity. There's all these sticks here, or all the inflorescences from the white sage. White sage has a grayish, whitish, light green leaf, while black sage has more of a solid medium green, sometimes dark green. I don't see any straight black sage right over here along the path, but I don't see a lot of California sagebrush, Artemisia californica. But all these sticks, you see on the side here, are last year's and previous year's inflorescence stalks. That's Salvia apiana, the white sage. Not seeing any black sage, but white sage and black sage do hybridize, creating intermediate characteristics. The leaves of the hybrid sage will be lighter in color, more akin to the white sage, whereas the leaf shape will be more intermediate, with similar shape more to the black sage. Let's see if I can find some black sage going up here the Biltmore Trail. This trail will climb up this finger canyon of San Clemente to Biltmore Street. There are quite a few of these little trails that radiate from the main double track and lead you up there. I believe I'll find black sage. I might find black sage going up this way, so you can see. But I grew up here in San Diego, so I've been in San Clemente Canyon many times as a kid, and I love coming back here. It's been a few years since I've been here, though. One thing I remember is going up the Biltmore Trail. There's a really decent-sized coast live oak off in this direction here. Also, a lot of this Toxicodendron diversiloba and poison oak. So you got to be mindful when you're hiking. This canyon is thick with poison oak, and I see a lot of it over here. Just starting to leaf out right now, but the thing about San Clemente Canyon is it's very, very, very thick with poison oak. See, I'm on a north-facing slope, so it's going to be a lot shadier, a lot more verdant. And you'll see a lot of coast live oaks and toyons to make this little climb up this way. It's only an elevation change of a couple hundred feet. Just going up to a canyon rim. It's not that tough. But for somebody who's like me, who's trying to get in shape to hike San Gorgonio, San Jacinto, maybe another run at Mount San Antonio, and maybe even a launch a peak in the Southern Sierras, every little bit of elevation gain helps. But it's a very mellow, beautiful area. These are coast live oaks, Quercus agrifolia, variety agrifolia. Very common around here. Like I said, as is poison oak. So you're going to want to watch where you reach. Since we've had a good rainy season, the creek at the bottom is running, and even this little tributary has a little bit of streaming water, so it's always nice to see. I love coming to San Clemente Canyon. I grew up coming to this canyon as a kid. Grew up here basically. This is where a lot of my love for nature came to fruition. So this is where I came up when I was a kid. I used to hang out by the water, where the water runs through here. Used to see lots of little Pacific tree frogs hopping around. Those were the times. Ever since coming back here, I've yet to see any Pacific tree frogs hopping around. It's kind of sad, but I'm sure they're still here. Come here in the evening, you'll probably hear them. Nice old sycamore trees. I noticed a lot of the sycamore trees have died back quite a bit over the last 20-something years since I lived out here. It's been 25 years since I lived here. I was like 12 and a half years old when I moved, and I'm almost 37 here in 2019. It's been a long time. A lot of the old oaks that grace the north side between Genesee Avenue and 805 have died out as well due to years and years of drought. Ones inside the canyon, deeper down, seem to be faring better. But it's just kind of sad to think about that. Those are the trees I grew up with, putzing around these woods as a kid. Trying to remember where that old oak is. Hope it's still alive. Some of the old oaks on the north slope of the Genesee Avenue to 805 stretch have died off. Now it looks like it's still here. There it is. It's still alive. It's having a rough go, but here it is. There's an old oak. Another old Quercus agrifolia, variety agrifolia, but it's in very rough shape. It's on this side of the canyon, which they do not wish you to do any cross country in these canyons. Plus, it's not a wise idea. It's easy to find your way out. You'll find your way up to a surface street if you climb uphill or on the 52, but it's really not wise to do cross country. It's not allowed, actually. They want you to preserve the habitat, which is very understandable. And also because if you decide to go cross country, you may be rewarded with a rash coming from that plant, poison oak. So it's always best to stick to the trails when you're here. There's a lot of poison oak, and it's climbing all over the trees too. These vines, it's all poison oak. That twig, that's poison oak. There's a lot of it here. So even when you're hiking on the trail, you gotta watch it, because sometimes the poison oak will dangle from the branches of the trees. So you gotta watch where your head goes too. I'll tell you one thing, this is a beautiful canyon, and this little tributary, the Biltmore tributary, is nice, intimate, beautiful here. That's what I like to do, is hike these canyons and see how awesome they are. They really are. like I said, this leads up to a residential area at the top. So it'll lead up to Biltmore Street, and a little bit of climbing here. I'm almost at that spot because you can see some red ironbark eucalyptus planted here. It's a tree native to Australia, Eucalyptus sideroxylon, red ironbark. Sometimes in Australia, sometimes they call it mugga mugga, M-U-G-G-A, M-U-G-G-A. It's got really dark bark, but it's got some of that reddish, brownish hue underneath the furrows, so that's where red ironbark got its name. So we just climb up this pathway here. See? And it just leads uphill. See, we're getting some residences. So we're almost at the top already. And then you get this swath here, which is nice. Mostly coastal sage scrub up there, because this is the north facing slope. And there's a red ironbark. Sort of the sun glare. I'm trying to see if I can show you what it looks like. Well, they have these beautiful reddish flowers on the red ironbarks. They're beautiful trees, and the leaves smell very nice. And as is typical with most eucalyptus, I grew up here in San Diego, so to grow up in San Diego is to grow up around eucalyptus. Here it is. Medium-sized tree, graceful weeping habit, really dark bark with reddish colors underneath the fissures, and just about here at Biltmore Street. This last part's a little steep, but it only lasts for minutes. Here it is. Biltmore Street. And you get this other hill over here, which is really nice. It's beautiful up here. Now, time to go back down.